Well, hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Chantelle. Today I have a brand new sketchbook, so let's open it up. I've never used Stillman and Burn paper before, so I'm really excited to try this one out. It isn't 100% cotton, so it'll be interesting to see how different it is. It's cold pressed and this is the beta. It's got a lovely hardcover there and it looks like leather to me. It looks really pretty. It looks like it's not going to open flat easily, and it also feels a little bit smoother on this side than the other side, so this might be a little bit more hot pressed kind of paper on this side of the page. Today I'm going to be doing my first ever draw this in your style. I was going to clip the paper down, but I don't think that's really necessary. So I've never done any draw this in your style challenges before, so today I'm going to be doing my very first one. I watched Little Star Nerds on YouTube and I absolutely loved it. I've been watching her channel for years. This is the painting that she did, so that's the one that we're going to be trying to do. So make sure you go check out that video on her channel, and I'm going to be attempting it in watercolour. So let's start on the sketch. Maybe here would be quite a good starting point. I might even do it bigger than that, but usually when I do my guides I end up bigger anyway. I'm going to be keeping it quite similar. I did think about maybe changing the angle of the face to make it a little bit easier, and then I thought I kind of need to try new things. So I think I might crop it a little bit though. I'd like quite a big background, but I would like her head to be a little bit bigger. That's kind of my style, as I would do it a little bit more zoomed in. I've never tried this paper before as well, so that will definitely be interesting to see how I get on with it. I would like the eyes to be really big as well, so I'm going to try and make them quite big. It's hard to work out whether that should be bigger really. I'd like it to be quite big, maybe a little bit bigger than in the painting. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm also really not sure about the hand. I kind of don't like hands. Only problem is I would kind of like the entire arm in, so I'll see if I can sort of fit that. I think because I'm sitting at an angle, I've kind of done mine at a slight angle, so adjust it a little bit. I'm not going to be able to do much with the composition though. Fortunately, I think it is just going to be a bit of a side angle now. But you know, these things happen, it's okay. But I guess with this kind of composition, we might be able to make the hair a little bit more flowy, as though we wanted to get the hair in, as though that's kind of like the center. I probably would have liked the piece to be a little bit higher so that a little bit more of the skull was in, so that her arm was in, but we're just going to go with the flow really. I quite like a lot of it so far and I don't want to have to rub it all out, you know, so we'll just kind of go with it. I think I'm going to be doing the background first, so I'm just going to wet the background and probably drop in some pinks and purples. I think as long as we keep the skin tones quite light and maybe the background quite light, we should be able to just do the hair without masking fluid. There's also a little bit of a crown here, but I'm planning to do that with metallic gold. Shouldn't need to be masking fluid. I'm just going to go ahead with wet on wet. So the background is all wet now. I'm thinking I might just add a little bit of salt just to see what kind of happens. It also goes a little bit shiny when adding salt, so I think that might work, but obviously I've not tried this paper, so I really don't know if it will do anything. But this is a bit of an experimental piece. So far the paper did hold up okay. It seems to have peeled a little bit, which I'm really not used to, so that was a bit weird. I'm just going to create the skin colour now because the actual face isn't touching the background. The skin tone seems to be quite warm, so what I'm going to do is just start off with a basic tone and then probably drop some red on it. There's also a slit in the dress, which I haven't really done. Just going to go for a slightly darker blue mixture for the jawline. I'm not very good at hands either. I've not done hands in so long. I'm just going to try and sort of add shadows. Okay, I want to add a little bit of yellow to one side because the highlights are very, very yellow. I'm really not sure about the paper. I'm not blown away by it. It seems to be layering okay right now, but the wet on wet is very patchy. It seems to dry quite quickly. For the dress, I'm going to do ultramarine violet, ultramarine and Van Dyke brown. That seems to kind of be working. It's like, I would say like a purpley grey, but it's quite muted. I'm adding the Van Dyke brown to just kind of make it a little bit more subtle. I don't mind so much if the dress dries quite quickly. I don't really mind it having blooms because it's going to have sort of creases anyway. My issue was the skin. I don't want, obviously, the skin to, have blooms. It just seems to dry really fast on this paper, and I think it's because it's not 100% cotton. That's the kind of first impression vibe that I'm getting from it. Although the dress probably doesn't cover this much area in the actual painting, I've got like a load of white gaps that I just need to cover up. I did get a bit on the skin though, which I didn't mean to. I might be able to turn that into a bit of a shadow later on. So that's the dress laid down. It does seem to have blooms on it, but I'm going to do another layer on top. I'm going to start mixing the hair now. This is quite a dark mixture, so I'm not entirely sure what my plan is. I think I'm going to start on the outside perhaps, and then work my way in. I kind of want to have a nice blend around the face, but I'm not really sure if that's actually going to make it look like hair. I'm still not a huge fan of the hair. I'm kind of adding more and making it darker, but I really am not a fan of the hair. I don't usually do my eyebrows like this, but I do think it kind of works. I'm going to try and make the nose look a bit more like a nose too, I think. What I might do is add a little bit of nostril. This is often where I do ruin it though. Okay, I think I'm going to try with this skull now. Not entirely sure how we're going to fix it though. The skull in itself is actually a really similar colour, but a little bit more yellow. So what I might do is I'm just going to pop down the big yellow areas, I think. Then I'm going to take a greyer form of the yellow and just add a few of the darker features now as well, like the nose, maybe a bit of the mouth. The metallic watercolour is opaque, so it should go absolutely fine over the top. I'm trying to make this skull look like a skull. I'm really not sure about it. She does look a little bit more like a person now, so that's good. Just gonna add a little bit of pink, try and make the lips look a bit more like lips. Okay, this is kind of separated a little bit, I think, unfortunately. So I'm just going to move it around a little bit. Sometimes the water does separate a little bit from the gold, so I'll just keep an eye on that one, I think. So this is the finished piece. I really like it. I don't think it compares to Little Star Nerds at all, but the original looks so amazing that I don't think anything really could. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you did like it, then I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!